Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats presented by WeTV. In today's special episode, we will be interviewing one of the members of our official dance team here at Western Carolina University, Michelle Davis. How are you, Michelle?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. So we'll jump right into this. Go ahead and please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Michelle Davis. I am a fifth year student here at Western, and this is my fourth year being on the dance team.
Nice. So if you don't mind, could you share a memorable moment from your dance career at Western?
My memorable moment was definitely my first year on the team at the very first football game, because that was definitely when reality really hit for me. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is so real. So I can say that one, especially doing all the activities that we need to do for the football game.
Yeah. And kind of leading into that, what keeps you motivated to get up for dance all throughout both football and basketball seasons?
So I actually love this question. So I always think about myself for a little bit, my younger self. When I was 11 years old, I always wanted to be on the college dance team. And then now that, I achieved this goal, I always think about myself, always think about my younger self, I always wanted to do this. I always want to make my younger self proud. And then I also think about the younger dancers who also want to be in my shoes. I want to be an inspiration to them, to let them know that you can do this and it'll be fun.
That's a great answer. The younger self, we've only had, I think, one other person ever mention the idea of thinking about their younger self.
Yeah.
I love that answer so much because it's a very good perspective to have. But we also kind of like to talk about another aspect that's present in every team across campus and just campus in general here at Western, and that's the family feel kind of inside of the teams. And so I kind of wanted to hear your perspective on that with the dance team.
So I love dancing with all my heart. We are a big, strong family. And my teammates and coaches, I look to them as equals. And I think that we have a really strong bond that can never be broken.
Perfect. And that's kind of the sentiment that I've heard echoed throughout all of our teams, and I love that so much. It's so different than what you might find at the big schools where there's so many people.
Yeah.
But kind of moving on from the athletics and dance side to the more student-focused side, because that's what these interviews are really about, is everybody as a student. So what are you studying, and what made you choose that major?
So I am a nutrition and dietetics major. I chose that major because my career goal is to become a registered dietitian. I want to help any part of the community with their healthy dietary needs. And I also want to encourage people to achieve their food goals and have a healthy relationship with food as well.
I think that some people don't necessarily realize nutrition and dietetics is an option. And so I think it's really interesting whenever I meet people that are a part of that major, because that is a really important thing to know about and understand, and to have people that do understand that. So yeah, it's really cool. How do you manage your time between academics and dance?
Okay, so I do have a planner, so I have to write everything down on Sunday night before I get my week started. But I make sure to set my days, when the days we don't have practice, I usually just focus on schoolwork, and then the days with practice, I do half and half. So I'll do half of my schoolwork on that day, but also prepare myself for practice, whatever we're going to do that day. And that's usually how I balance it out for myself.
And beyond the time management, what are some other challenges that you face as a student that's involved in such a time-consuming extracurricular like being a part of the dance team?
I would say that I would probably the social life a little bit. Sometimes I can't really hang out with my friends because I have practice, and I'm kind of used to it because that's kind of the way I grew up. But I would also say some other events as well, probably missing family time, and that's usually probably family time and time with friends.
And how do you say that you kind of overcome those kind of challenges or work to?
Usually my family and friends are my biggest supporters. So there's always a next time, and they're always there for me, and I'm always there for them.
Perfect. How has being a part of the dance team shaped your college experience?
It was a big change once I got on the team. So I met amazing people throughout my years on the team, and Usually, when we see each other, we'll say hey to each other. And also, I think it's more of like I have more friends. So like we usually talk in practice and also outside of practice.
Perfect. So the next section of this is our lightning round. So it's going to be just some short little questions for you to give some short little answers to. So what is your favorite class you've had at Western so far?
Oh, food science lab.
That was fast. You ready for that? What is a pregame ritual or superstition that you have?
I wouldn't say I don't have a superstition, but before a game, I always listen to music. So whether it's like, it depends on how I'm feeling that day, but usually I always go to the hype music. So on the way to the game and getting ready for the game.
Gotta have the hype music. Very important. And then what is your favorite sports team other than anything at Western?
So I like NC State. My dad graduated from there. And also my mom's school, St. Augustine's University. And if you have to go NFL, I would probably say Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons.
Shout out all four of those teams. But last question of the lightning round. What is your favorite post-game meal?
Boots Steakhouse.
Very fast. Also the second person to say that. So interesting. And then last question, kind of to tie everything together for the interview. What is the best advice you've ever received as a student involved with dance, and what kind of advice would you like to give to anybody interested in coming in and kind of being a part of the dance team?
My advice would definitely be do your research, not just for us, but also other college dance teams as well. And also reach out to a dance team member who's a part of that college team and ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Also follow them on social media and just, also go for it. You may never know what could happen, but also you can always learn from what you are learning from the team.
Yeah. And I think that research is something that a lot of people don't think about is pretty important whenever you're choosing to go to a college for anything athletics or dance or anything.
Yeah.
Because it's the college you're going to be at too. But that was our last question. So thank you, Michelle, for being in the studio today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. We'll see you next time, and go Cats.